Steven Crowder, who is, of course, embroiled in a war at the moment. We don't know on which front he's at. He's packing heat, of course.
The war seems mainly to be about fact-checking certain things, like if Donald Trump's passports were actually taken or returned, or sort of minutia like that.
Yeah,
that's what the war is.
It's a bit of a war. What's his T-shirt on? These what is it? These fight.
I think it says "This dad fights like hell."
Oh my God!
It runs like hell.
Dude, honestly, not only it runs like hell, but like, imagine having to have a shirt that says that unironically.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like he's also wearing a holster on his YouTube show, unironically.
Sitting at a desk, like
just unbelievable. What a child. But here he is with Don Jr. on, and this is a big get for him. Let's watch this. Oh, no audio.
Centralized, militarized law enforcement. It's entirely consistent with their with their
go
platform.
Back a little bit. We missed a little bit of that. They're talking, of course, about the FBI after having received 15 boxes from Trump, stored at Mar-a-Lago, stolen and hiding at Mar-a-Lago, getting a certification that all those things had been returned. Then obviously there was a leak. There was a whistleblower within the Trump organization that told the FBI there's still more there. And when Trump refused to hand those over, they went and got them. And this is what Crowder is talking about.
Like states' rights. They don't like municipal rights. They believe only in centralized, militarized law enforcement. It's entirely consistent with their platform. Hey, and I know we're going to go to Mug Club here in not too long where we can say whatever we want. But let me ask you this. Obviously, you know, you guys are in Florida and you guys were friendly and would campaign with DeSantis. And now people are talking about this election. There may be, you know, in the primary. Are you all, regardless, I'm not asking as far as who's running. Are you all still friendly?
Yeah, listen, I don't know. I don't know anyone who probably did more, you know, in terms of events and stuff like that to help get him elected to, you know, to beat, you know, his, you know, meth head counterpart, you know, in the last gubernatorial election down here than probably me. You know, I know it was very close.
Yeah.
I know that Donald Trump probably got him over the line, and I think that saved Florida. You know, and again, I think you see what I see right now is. And I think you'd probably recognize that I'm probably one of the, you know, conservatives or Republicans out there that's more on the ground in sort of real America, probably than anyone.
Yeah.
You know, the base is probably actually stronger than ever. This week, you know, clearly put that to, you know, a whole new, you know, level. Let's call it nuclear MAGA, as they've tried to do. You know, where I see the pushback is sort of that donor class.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want a Trump because they want to pick up the phone, get the president on, and when they say jump, the president says how high.
Yeah.
You know, that's the distinction that I don't think anyone's talking about. You know, the sort of, you know, the Republican, you know, cabal and the donor class. You know, they want someone that answers to them. They want someone that needs them and their dollars and stuff like that. So, you know, that's the only.
And are you saying that DeSantis may tread that, he may kind of toe that line a little bit?
I think, you know, it's different when you're an independently wealthy billionaire and you don't need those sort of dollars and you have that sort of. You're just not as beholden to those people. And so I'm not, you know, saying anything about him. I'm just saying, you know, that's really, if there's any schism whatsoever,
just
you know, maybe it's that because they want that control again.
I mean,
he's too poor.
He's nice, but he's poor.
I gotta say, this is the most coherent I've ever seen Donald Trump Jr.
And like honest, honestly. Like,
well, this is, they are wheeling out this line of attack. I can absolutely assure you that if Donald Trump is on stage with DeSantis, he's going to deploy it. He deployed it in 2016.
Yeah, I paid for you. What are you talking about? You're welcome, by the way.
I remember when Ron called me for favors. And when I called Ron, when I gave him money and help.
Did I get any favors?
And I said, And I said, Ron, can I do this, that? And he said, yes, Donald. Yes, Donald, I can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. I'm a mini you. I can do it. I mean, I guarantee, and they're not there yet, right? But this was the first opening salvo.
Trial balloon.
You just heard the first line of attack that's going to be on DeSantis. Now, this is, of course, a generic attack that Trump used on all politicians. But the other one was, you can hear it in the background. So, like, the number one attack is he is in bed with the donor class because they know they can buy him. The generic, I'm unbuyable. Then they're going to be talking about DeSantis has been bought. You watch. Those Trump sites are going to start talking about how DeSantis is the candidate of the elite Republican cabal, and he's bought. And then, if we do see DeSantis and Trump running against each other, I can assure you there is going to be, not only is Trump going to be talking about that in a generic sense, he's going to say, I remember I called Ron. I gave Ron, I didn't give him money, but I gave him what money buys, publicity.
Yeah.
And I gave him like that. And I called Ron for, a favor. And guess what? He couldn't be quicker to come and do whatever I said.
Call me Eager Ron.
I said, yeah,
Eager beaver.
exactly.
Eager beaver.
He's like Mitt Romney. In fact, that's what I call him. Romney DeSantis. That's what I call him. He's like Romney DeSantis. And he called me. He said, oh, Donald, what can I do for you? And I said, well, I could use maybe some type of easement at Mar-a-Lago. Can you do that? Oh, yes, Ron. Donald, I'll do that for you.
Right away, sir.
Yes, sir. And Mr. President. That's what he would call me, Mr. President, because he would genuflect to me.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's not your fault that you're only worth $319,000. It might be a problem. Right?
Yeah, that is interesting,
and
though.
say how you got to jump in. You say how high.
DeSantis, like you said, man, he actually, interestingly, amongst like potential presidential candidates, like by and large, has the lowest net worth.
He's poor.
Like he's. So I'm wondering. I mean, obviously, I think it's obvious they're saying he would be beholden to donors, but I also wonder if they're kind of being like he's also like individually not
If he was
rich.
so great, why is he so poor?
Yeah, right.
Well, that was the bottom line. Like when Trump first announced, that was basically the only thing that I was convinced was going to happen. He was going to get on stage. 2016, we had seen. Well, George W. Bush was sold as the first CEO president. That's what and of course he was CEO of like some oil company that was basically just gifted to him. And and I think he owned part of the Rangers. I mean, the guy, everything was handed to him. Like but they called him the CEO president. You had Paul Ryan running around at the time saying like, people don't want a free lunch at school. They want their own brown bag, and arguing that essentially you were immoral. There was something like culturally and morally wrong with you if you were poor. You deserved it. And the opposite of that, counterpoint is if you're rich, you are morally righteous. And so the idea of Donald Trump getting on stage and going, I'm a billionaire. How much money do you have? Okay, now you tell me who's right and who's wrong. If I have $1 billion and you don't, I'm right.
This guy's not even a millionaire. I'm a billionaire. What are we even doing this?
Why is like
100,000 there?
I'm
Good
in
job,
the center
DeSantis.
podium again. And you guys just keep moving further out, further out, further out. Romney DeSantis. That's what I call him, Romney DeSantis.